some people, well, so after, Jason and I reconnected when they were trying to say that I was somebody different and older than him, and now a special ed teaching assistant, even though I think we were like 14 at the time, or younger. He wasn't 16 yet, so I wasn't, because he's only a day older than me, according to our legal age. And then he decided to throw a wrench, and so I'm pregnant, or I was pregnant, and they were trying to make me unpregnant, but they couldn't because of the way that the pregnancy was set up, and because of they had to sedate me completely, and I wasn't staying sedated, and I'd get up and beat them up, so they just couldn't do it. So somehow or another, they got the idea that if they took me to Mongolia, that they could deal with the situation. And so the rumor might have been spread around that I went there and had an abortion, but that child 2 years ago was playing at the Buskirk Chumley Theater. So anyway, he got into a situation where people kind of understood who he was, and that I might have plans for him. And a girl was arranged to get involved with him. And I think he offered to leave with her. And she said, "No, I don't love you. I'm just going to go and leave." And then she dropped off the kid with relatives, or something that her family had set up. And then that kid is BJ. That kid's the kid that's wrestling. But the time slippery thing. As well, I'm kind of pushing Blue to go back and get that job at the university that he went to, because he can get that kid a job when he's done with wrestling. There's a lot of things former wrestlers can do if they have a family member who is willing to say, yeah, this guy out of the 100 that are kind of hard to tell apart should be the one who drives their bus, or I don't know, I mean a bunch of different things. And but if he doesn't take that job, he's not going to be able to do that, and I'm going to end up having to send the kid to him in an hour, whatever. And so that's not good. And anyway, but what I wanted to talk about was, people were spreading rumors, and in a largely telepathic society, you don't even have to say rumors out loud. So, like, he gave her money to get an abortion, or, he beat her up. She disappeared because he beat her up and killed her. She disappeared because Sergei's money ran out. All right? She was being paid to hang out with him. And paid to hang out with Blue. And I call him Blue. He had the blue mark. That was one of the things. So he was born a little premature, but he had the blue mark, and that's kind of important. And because if he hadn't, they'd have shipped his ass to Kazakhstan or something, he'd be a wrestler. And so anyway, but some families will conceal that fact if it's inconvenient. So it goes both ways. People claim to it, and people will conceal it. And anyway, there's other things that are still apparent in adulthood, but people typically don't get too hung up on that stuff unless they don't have anything else going for them.